we would like to graph this system of inequalities. First, I'm going to graph this in blue. I use the cover-up method. The cover-up method, when it's in standard form, makes this easy. So when x is 0, y now is 2. It's easy to see that. Plot that point. When y goes to 0, then it's easy to see that x equals 2. And we plot that. We need to graph a dotted line because it's less than, not equal to. There's no equal to there. So this is going to be a line that goes through like so. And if I hit that nicely, there we go. Now I've got to decide where am I going to shade this. I'm going to test this, and I'm going to plug into point 0, 0. I like using the point 0, 0 because it makes it easy to calculate. So is 0 plus 0 less than 2? That's true. Since that's true, I know I'm going to shade this side of that line. I didn't shade it yet because I've got a few other lines to graph. We want to see where it all comes together. Next, I'm going to graph this one in red. I'm skipping the middle one because that's a little more complicated. But this one just says y greater than -3. Y greater than -3 is y equals 3, or y equals -3. So that's going to go here. And greater than, I think, makes sense that this is going to be above that line right there. So I'm below the blue, above the red. Okay, next we want to graph this one in green. But this one I need to show you that this is two separate equations. This is x is greater than or equal to -2, and x is less than 1. So those are going to end up being two vertical lines. Those vertical lines, one of them is going to be dotted, one of them is going to be solid. The solid line in green, what am I doing here? It's going to be solid at x equals -2. So this comes down like that. Is that green? That's not green, that's red. That's green. That's a solid line, and that one says greater than, and I think that makes sense to graph that one to the right if it's greater than. Lastly, x is less than 1. That's like graphing x is equal to 1. That's going to be a dotted line. Make sure it's dotted. Dotted line. That says less than. That means that's going to go to the left. Now, this is where it gets complicated. So I've got a bunch of different directions. I have to shade everything below the blue line here, to the right of this dotted line, above this green line, and red line, and to the right of this line. When I put all that together, I get a region that is enclosed by those lines.